Lithara, it is I.
Valeris, you startled me.
I apologize. Lithara?
What?
Lower your bow, please.
Forgive me. Since the incident yesterday,
I can feel your distress.
I tried.
I know. She would have known as well.
Valeris, it was...
You don't have to speak of it. Whatever that foul monster was, it will regret.
It was part of the forest.
What?
Or the swamp, or it seemed like that.
In what way?
Me and Merilia, we were following the tracks of what looked to be a band of hobgoblins. The tracks led us into the forest swamp, and we would have stopped our pursuit then and there, if not for the wooden shield we saw lying on top of what looked to be a strange cluster of vines out in the water. I did not know what to think of it, but with hobgoblins in the woods we had to investigate. I looked intensely at my surroundings. There was nothing to indicate an ambush. The canopy of leaves in this area weren't dense, and the trunks of the trees were slim, and not the kind a hobgoblin could hide behind. I looked at Merilia. "Do you see anyone?" I asked her. She then started casting a spell, chanting in the language of magic. There was a small peculiar sound, and her gaze shifted from one side of the swamp to the other.
There doesn't seem to be any illusions,
she said after a few moments. "There seems to be an insignia on the shield. Stay here, I will go and retrieve it," I told her. I drew forth my bow and moved towards the water.
"Be careful,"
she said. "I will be. Besides, I have you watching my back," I answered. She smiled, and I returned it with my own. I then stepped into the water. It was cold and dark, but it was no more than a mere 30 feet to where the shield was floating. My eyes kept darting around, scanning for any kind of danger. My readied bow and arrow were following my gaze as I kept walking towards the shield. Then, right in front of me, the strange cluster of vines started to move. At first I thought it grew, but it wasn't that. It was something rising from the water. It had been perfectly still, and I had been as alert as I could have. It was some sort of large, plant-like beast, like a mound of vines, earth, and dead plants. It had slime dripping from it, and it had the smell of rot and wet earth to it. It towered over me, standing at least 8 feet tall. I fired my arrow into it and started moving backwards as fast as I could in the murky water. The plant-like beast came shambling towards me on 2 trunk-like legs. I couldn't move fast enough. I threw caution to the wind and turned around, clumsily running through the water towards Merilia.
"Lithara! Faster!"
she cried. She stood at the edge of the swamp, reaching with her arms out over the water. I did not think I could reach her in time, and I almost panicked. But I did reach her. I grabbed her, and Merilia pulled me onto the bank.
"Get back!"
she ordered me, and she pushed me behind her. She then started speaking in the arcane once more. When she finished, a lightning bolt cracked through the air and hit the shambling plant beast. It seemed as if the whole swamp lit up, as electricity danced and flickered around the beast and the water it stood in. I don't know how, but this mound kept shambling towards us. Merilia was just as astonished as me, and she paused, but for a split second. But that was all the shambling mound needed. Mine slashed out from it, as if it were arms, and grabbed Merilia. I fired more arrows into it, and Merilia tried to get free, but the shambling mound pulled her. It pulled her into the cluster of vines, into its body. Merilia screamed. I kept shooting at it, while I could hear her muffled screams from inside it. My arrows hit it, and I saw the slime ooze from the holes, as if it was blood. But it didn't seem to matter. Then mine shot out of me, and hit me hard in the chest, forcing the air out of my lungs. I fell to my knees in pain, in horror, and in desperation. It then turned around and shambled out into the water once more, walking away as the screams of Merilia died out. probably along with her. I sat there, helplessly, until it was out of sight, until the stars came out, until I had no more tears left.
I'm sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself.
There's no one to blame but myself. She watched my back. She saved my life and paid with her own. I should have been the one that died, not her.
Greetings! Thank you for watching the Tower of Tomes. If you like the content, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. Also, please have a look at the Tower of Tomes Patreon page. There will be a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.